is going to fall for it. And that will begin a long process of war, disintegration, anarchy, looting, raping, starvation, confiscation of property, the breakup of families, confiscation of children, you name it. It's coming. I suggest very seriously that you get your hands on a movie called America, Amerika, and watch it. You see, it's no coincidence that an incident happened in that movie, right along the lines of Oklahoma City. In the movie, it causes a breakup of the nation into 3 nations, actually, and the one containing Oklahoma City is called the Heartland. This disintegration process is already well underway, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you cannot recognize it. Those of us who study the process and know the plan can see it happening right under our nose. It is not far away. We have already been fractured into religious groups, racial groups, cultural groups, and now we've been fractured into, you know, everyone in this country used to be proud to say that they were a patriot. Very proud. And anyone who would dare say they were not a patriot would be ostracized. Now they have turned the tables. If you're proud to be an American, if you understand the importance of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, you are now some kind of terrible demon, terrorist, racist, anti-government, what else? Fill in the blanks. You've got a lot of words to choose from. And it isn't even true. None of it. And all of these people who were so proud about going off to fight World War II and Korea for freedom and for the Constitution are now sitting back on their big fat butts with their retirement check in their pocket, and they don't give a damn. Not 1 ounce of anything. They don't care. You see, because if they stand up and really fight for their country, and really fight for freedom, and really fight for the Constitution in their own country, which is the only place that we should legitimately ever be fighting for those things, they might lose their little old retirement check. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you loudmouth, beer-swilling VFW puke. I'm talking directly to you. You're just as much to blame as the Marxists occupying the White House. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to know who's to blame for all of this, go look in the mirror in your bathroom. The answer will be staring you in the face, literally. For those of you who do care, join militias or form militias. Arm yourselves. Get ready. Prepare. Because you're either going to go into the New World Order as a docile little slave and put the chains around your own ankles, or you're going to stand and protect and defend the Constitution and freedom for all peoples with those of us who are not going to be anybody's slave anytime, under any circumstances, for any reason whatsoever. And for those of you who understand that, call Swiss America Trading and get your hands on some real money, because you're going to need it. And remember, when the buffalo chip hits the fan, folks, and it's going to, if you're not prepared, even if you want to join and stand with us, we can't take you, because you will be a burden. If you don't have your own food, your own weapon, your own ammunition, your own clothes, we can't give you ours, because then we can't fight. We can't stand. We can't perform our duty. So you have to take care of business now, right now, this minute. And if you think that I'm full of it, ladies and gentlemen, get your butts up off your couches, unentangle your hand from that Budweiser can, straighten out your fingers so that they resemble the hands of a human and not a branch-grabbing ape. Get your nose in some books in a federal depository library. If you want a head start, you can purchase the treason documents from us for $85. If you don't like to read, you can buy the past tapes of this broadcast where I have enumerated the New World Order in treaties, documents, the Congressional Record, the Federal Register, in the law, in the writings of the fraternal organizations, of some of the people that you believe are great people but are really not. William Clinton and his wife Hillary are screaming Marxist socialists, and so is his whole cabinet. Jimmy Carter and Zbigniew Brzezinski are screaming Marxist socialists, and so was Carter's whole cabinet. If you really want to know what's going to happen in the future, ladies and gentlemen, get the books written by Zbigniew Brzezinski, also a very high-ranking member of the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission, and read what he has to say. If you don't believe what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, get everything that you can that Mikhail Gorbachev has ever written, including his book Perestroika, and what he has been writing now, and read what he writes. You see, unlike other radio hosts, I don't just get on here and talk. I give you the documentation. I've been doing it for 4 years. If you're a new listener, you don't know that. Get a tape list. Order the tapes where I talked about the New World Order, organizations like the ADL, the World Federalists, the Treason series of tapes, and much, much more. If you think the militias are a bunch of criminals, then get your nose in the history books. Read the Federalist Papers. Read what our founding fathers really said about the militia and the second article and amendment to the Constitution, and how that would be our last defense against a despotic, oppressive, enslaving government. And then read the law about the militia. And you'll find out that you're being lied to on a grand scale. Those of you who saw Crossfire last night saw a dose of it. The guy that was supposed to be for the left and the guy that was supposed to be for the right, they're both on the same side, in case you didn't get the message. And there were more lies told in that 1.5 hour program than Goebbels told during the whole World War II. And who was this guy from the militia of Washington State, who every time they asked him a question about the militia, he started talking about the Federal Reserve and the IRS? You stupid jerk! If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. Send somebody who does. You looked like a fool. And I got to tell you, you were. The future can be your friend if you take hold and be its master. And if you put your feet solidly on the ground, it'll change your life. All the music you ever hear on this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, has meaning. There's a message in it. So you'd better listen to it closely. The contents of A World 2010, A New Order of Nations, published by the Strategic Studies Institute, U.S. Army War College. Here's the table of contents. Forward, Chapter 1, Background and Process. Chapter 2, World, International Order. Chapter 3, World Population. You won't believe what that says. Chapter 4, World Interdependence and Socio-Political Change. Chapter 5, World Energy, Science, Technology, and Space Exploration. Chapter 6, World Military Status. Chapter 7, National Challenges. Chapter 8, The Impact of the New Order. Chapter 9, U.S. Military Forces, and then Endnotes. Selected bibliography, appendix, estimative semantics, tables, the probable occurrence of trends and events in A World 2010, an arrangement of nations in 2010 by industrialization and modernization, some comparative characteristics of the New Order of Nations in 2010, traditional classification of countries and population estimates in millions, traditional classifications of countries and populations estimates in millions, and that's I don't know why there's two different sections on that, but there is. Estimate of nations possessing nuclear power plants in 2010. Hypothetical estimates of nations possessing nuclear weapons in the year 2010. And theoretically, it's going to be zero except for the world government. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I've been beating my head against the wall for 4 years, and we're running out of time. I don't know how else to do this. I started off being very polite, very nice, pleading, and, you know, thousands of people used to come and hear me speak, and they all go away and say, gee, what a nice guy that Bill Cooper is. I really liked him, and nothing ever changed. Nothing was done. Nobody got up off their butts. I've tried everything I know how. I've tried reaching out and smacking you upside the head with a verbal 2x4 through a radio speaker. I've tried pleading. I've tried documenting. I've tried everything in the world that I possibly can try. I don't know what else to do. If anybody out there's got any ideas, please let me know, because I'm just about out of them. I've tried making you love me. I've tried making you hate me. I've tried making you think more about the country and your fellow man than me or anybody else. I've tried to appeal to your humaneness, your idealistics, your love of freedom, you name it. I've tried every single thing in the book that I can try. I really don't know what else to try, ladies and gentlemen, and if none of this stuff is working, if you really don't care, if you really don't think that it can happen to you, if you really think you're going to survive this without losing anything, I wish you'd let me know that too, so that I can quit this stuff and do something that will make me and my family a lot happier in the time that we have left to enjoy what freedom we've got. Because I've got to tell you, folks, I'm not going into the New World Order. Period. If I have to fight the battle myself, I will. I know I won't be by myself, but I know that there's not going to be a whole lot of other people with me. That I'm certain of at this point. So if that's all there's going to be, then I want to know so that I can quit this baloney every night and do something that's a lot more fun. Talk about some things that I'd rather talk about. Some spiritual things. Some things that are maybe fun. Maybe provide more for my family than what this does. It doesn't provide anything. We don't make anything from this broadcast, folks. But if this is really doing something, if somehow I can reach out to you and make you become active before it's too late. If you elect Dole, he's going to give away the farm. If you elect Buchanan, he's going to give away the farm too. If you reelect Clinton, he's going to give away the farm. You see, it doesn't matter when it gets on that level, ladies and gentlemen. You see, nobody at all had any belief in any possibility that Buchanan was actually going to get nominated and elected to the president. So what was all that vilifying in the press about? See, the press knew he wasn't going to get nominated or elected. Everybody knew he wasn't gonna. It was a deception to make you believe that you had a spokesman that was going to make a deal with Dole and at the same time split the Republican Party and make sure that Clinton gets reelected. And if that's not enough, Ross Perot's United We Stand party will field a candidate. And either way, Clinton's going to skate into the White House for another 4 years. If you don't believe that, stick around and watch it happen. In the meantime, think about what I've said tonight. You know, we don't have much time. We've got to do something. Good night. God bless you all. God save the Republic.